If you love pork chops, I have just the right recipe for you. We keep this recipe on rotation every 2 weeks, and I always have to make in large quantities because it is the best and easiest recipe. It is also a recipe that I use when we have friends coming over for dinner, or if somebody's sick and I need to bring a meal. This recipe makes juicy, tender pork chops that you just can't stop eating. Let's go.
Tenderize the meat on both sides. Do not skip this step. I bought my first meat tenderizer about 18 years ago when I got married, and it was the best investment. Not only does it relieve stress, but when my husband is not around and I need to put a nail on the wall, I also use my meat tenderizer as a hammer. Before frying my pork chops, I pull 2 bowls. In one bowl I add eggs, and in another bowl I add flour. You can add any kind of spices you would like on your flour. I just add salt and pepper. First, you dip your pork chop in the egg mixture. Make sure it's coated well, then you dip it in the flour, shaking off the excess of flour. You can use any kind of oil for your pan, but make sure that your pan is hot when you're ready to put your pork chop on it. Now fry it on both sides until golden brown. This pork chop recipe became a symbol of Soviet everyday cooking. It was loved for its efficiency and limited ingredients. No fancy breading, no fancy sauces, just meat, eggs, and flour. This made it accessible, affordable, and easy to make for families and workers. This dish was commonly served with mashed potatoes, buckwheat, or pickled vegetables. In Russian language, this dish is called отбивная. The term отбивная comes from a verb отбить, meaning to beat or to tenderize, referring to the essential step of pounding the meat before cooking. This recipe is very special to me. It is a nostalgic dish that reminds me of my mom's kitchen and childhood memories. Now I'll cook this recipe for my family, hoping my children will one day remember it the same way, with warmth, love, and comfort in every bite. I hope that when you make this dish in your own kitchen, it brings a little bit of that comfort with it. Maybe it becomes your go-to on a busy night, or maybe it turns into one of those dishes your family requests again and again. The kind of dish that lives on in memory long after the plates are cleared.